Alright, today I am playing ALISS for round 4 of PU Swiss. Starting off right now with a team of Fighting Spam. Alright, so that's Boots Kuno, Rocks Conda. I'm not sure if that's Scarf or Defensive Toad. I'd say it's Scarf based on the team, but we'll find out. Offensive Cheops, Divog, Larantis, and probably Aromatherapy, Quibberdance, Rabombi. Looking at it again, I'd say that it is actually Scarf Togekiss, but I might be wrong on that. Also, possibility that there's Rocks, Cheops, and Quail Sandaconda, but I kind of doubt it. Should be a good enough matchup for the fighters. Cryo matches up quite well against Conda as a rocker, which is nice. Larantis will probably be an issue, so I need to be aware of that. And this should get checked by Cryo, so that's fine. Bombi's fine because I have a defensive Toad. And Cheops will be fine because I have a Reggie. Conda leads well into most of my teams, so I reckon ALISS is just going to lead with that. Get up rocks nice and early. I'm tempted to just lead Cryo, see what happens. Knock off a potential helmet early. Hopefully this isn't Rock Slide. I don't think they are usually Rock Slide, but we'll find out in a second, I guess. So I'm just going to knock off here. I could freeze dry, but I'd rather knock off in the case of a switch, and I want to get this either helmet or lefties gone. Alright, so we get what I'm assuming is either boots or lefties off the Toad. We get the lefties gone, which is great, which means it is defensive Wish Pass. In this situation, I'm probably just U-turning here. Probably get whatever back in. Pretty happy just going into my Toad. Any chip on this is great because it lost its passive recovery. I'm just going to send my Toad in, let him U-turn into the Conda, and then probably U-turn out myself back into the Cryo. So that's good chip on that. Conda comes back in like we expected. There's no way this side speeds me. I want to U-turn here to find out if it's helmet or leftovers. Just good information to have. Okay, so it is helmet, I kind of figured it would be. And we get the Cryo in. I should just be able to spin that off. He might glare here. Or she, I think it's a she. Yeah, she does. That's fine. I'd be expecting the Toad to come in here. I don't think you just leave your Conda in. Even if she does leave the Conda in, it's not a huge issue, I guess. I can knock it off. Yeah, okay, so the Toad does come in. As you can see, I'm Substitute Scrafty, which is a bit of a weird set. But I'm not going to outspeed the Toad anyway. So I'm just going to sub here. Means if she goes with Bombi, I can just fire off a jab on it. And she does, which is great. If I'm her, I'm going Sandaconda to scout. But okay, great. We get rid of the Rabombi by turn 7, which is huge. It makes my Gallade a lot more threatening. Kuno comes in. I have a lot of counterplay to this in my Tojo Demaru and Cryogonal. Cryogonal, it's one of the two. Oops. I'd say there's a good chance she's looking to double here. But even if she is, I don't know what she can do to threaten me in a double that much. Like, she can double into Cheops on a Toad or a Cryo. I'm fairly happy just going to Reggie here and getting my hazards up. Though Freezing Glare does a lot, and I don't want to lose to Archeops, so maybe I shouldn't do that. No, I'm not going to do that. She might actually double into Lurantis here. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I'm going to go Toad anyway, see what she does. I wouldn't be surprised if she future sights. Okay, so she just does that, which is great. I'm assuming Conda comes back in here. Should be able to just... I can hard Cryo here. Pretty freely. Yeah. I don't need to U-turn there and take chip, because even if she did stay in, Cryo beats that anyway. So I can just fire off a freeze dry here, which is nice. She goes Toad, that's fine, it means I get one of the fighters in, because she's forced to healing, or not healing, wish. That's good. I'm kind of tempted to go Reggie, get my rocks up, but then it's just a wish into Lurantis, and then I'm not in a great position. I wouldn't expect her to U-turn this turn. I would very much expecting a wish. I can go into this for pretty free. I'm just going to oh, well, she might Iron Head. I actually don't think Iron Head would be a bad play on her end. Let's see, I am 0 HP on this. I'm just looking at calcs on this. Iron Head would do between 20 and 33 if I sub. So it'd just be an annoying situation with the Rocky Helmet and the Spiky Shield and the barbs from this. But I am going to sub. I'm going to sub, knock off on the Conda. Yeah, sub knock off onto the Conda. Should be fine. Makes U-turns a lot freer with Toad, and it just makes it a lot easier to break with Gallade as well. Okay, she goes into Lurantis here, which is an interesting line. So these run, like, I think they run physically defensive defog. And they run superpower, which is obviously going to be annoying. Run superpower to bulk, or yeah, to up their stats, which I'm assuming she's going for here. I can poison jab and look at a poison here, or I can close combat. So this is a threat for my team. Like, any kind of damage on this is great. Is the thing. I think I'm just going to knock and then go into Rabombi. That's very unfortunate for her, because it means I get to kill now with double close combat. So yeah, that's a really unfortunate miss for her. Timer is becoming a bit of an issue now, so I'm just clicking somewhat quicker. She's going to do that. I'm going to poison jab, see if I can get a poison, and I can. So now I can start close combating for free. Yeah, she's obviously quite upset, and I don't really blame her. She's had very poor luck this game. This is going to rest you, I should have knocked. So I can close combat here, but I don't really want to lose the PP on it. She's going to rest on this next one, but then again I am forcing the Sandaconda to rest. Archeops is a very strange play there. So these run dual Wingbeat, which is why I'm not staying in here. Oh, it's Stone Edge. Weird. That's a really weird Archeops then. Do I want to just get rocks up, or do I want to body press here? I want to just body press, there's no reason for me not to. She gets her Sandaconda in, which is fine. I'm going to get mine up and go Cryo. I don't need Regirock all that much anymore. She brings her Toge in. I'll get my Gallade in anyway. So, these run Spiky Shield. I can't really take Spiky Shield with anything, which is a shame. I'm going to close combat here, just in case she goes Conda. Yeah, she does need to double that. But like, I have the Cryo, which means she just really struggles to put pressure on my team. So if I'm her, I don't actually need to wish. I can Iron Head here, or U-turn. She gets the Conda in, I get to U-turn in. I could go Gallade here. I don't think Gallade kills. Well, Sandaconda, if you still rock. I think I'm Jolly. 383. I'm Adamant Muscle Band, which is a very weird set, but that's what I am anyway. So I'm going to go into this and click CC. Okay, she gets her rest. I get to recover for fairly free here. She rocks. I'll spin, obviously. This turn she's somewhat forced to wish up something. I don't get to move, which is fine. So she has to EQ here because she doesn't want my Scrafty coming in for free. Interesting. That's a shame. So I'm leftovers. If she wants to do this, I do win this 101. Well, I really want to get my Rebombiant. Well, like, even if I do, I'm getting that paralyzed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Because it's always going to get the paralyze off. So I'm kind of just using this stalemate to get my timer up. She might just double into Toad. Well, no, she won't double into Toad because I U-turn and then get momentum on the Gallade. I really don't think that's a good play on her end, because now I get my Gallade in for free, and she doesn't like Gallade that much. And her Toad is dead, and I should be able to win the game with my Cryogonal. She goes into Kuno. I'm just going to sack the Scrafty at this stage. That doesn't matter, she gets to Hurricane here, and now I'm just going into my Toad. Clicking Iron Head. Okay, it is Calm Mind, which is annoying. Regirock. Articuno. Galar. Glare. Freezing Glare. Special attack +2. That is too much damage. How much is Gallade doing into this? Well, actually, who's faster? She is. I'm Shadow Snake, but that's not doing enough damage. There's no way. Item, Missile Bond. But Shadow Sneak into Bombi should do the damage that I need. This is a problem, obviously. There's actually just kind of one. I'm surprised she took so long getting this in. I didn't know if she'd know the Gallade run Shadow Sneak. Obviously she does. That's why she did that play. So now the question is, do I kill this with Rabombi? I would like to think I do. Rabombi. What's my special attack? 276. That's somewhat worrying. Moonblast. Special defense +2. Alright, calc I'm looking at says 18.6 min. Let's hope she's 0 HP. Otherwise we're kinda screwed. She is. Grand. Unfortunate game for her. She probably, well, yeah, she would have been in a much better position without the Lurantis look. But sure, that's kind of the game we play. That gets saved automatically because we're in tours, I think. So I had two other teams lined up for this. I had a Lycanroc one and I had a Hatcham one. Neither of them are super consistent. I think that Fighters one is the best one I have. I like the Lycanroc one enough. I like the Hatcham one enough as well. I'm gonna bring the Hatcham one. See how it does. She also brings a Hatcham one. This is a really nasty matchup for me by the looks of things. So I'm going to really rely on my Specs Jellicent to break this game. That's... Pretty sure these were on Boots SD. I have a defense of Silvally Fighting, which is my best answer to that, and I have a Regirock, obviously. This is bulky Toad too. The big issue is Hatcham just lets that in for free. She has her own Hatcham, obviously. Gigalith, which is kind of a defensive thing. Quag, which is a Quagsire. Rabombi, which I'm assuming this is Aromatherapy, it's the same set I had last game. And... is that offensive or defensive, I wonder? It's probably Probably offensive, I'd say. I don't know, with a Hatcham, would you? We'll see. It's either Scarf or Bulky Set that I'm running. Anyway, big issue is that Sneasel, and my best way of breaking is with Jellicent. I'm expecting a Gigalit lead. Well, no, I'm not really expecting a Gigalit lead because I have a Hatcham. I'm expecting a Sneasel lead. So I'm going to lead with my Touge. There's no way she stays, well, like, she wouldn't stay in here, but she'd be afraid of the Scarf anyway, so she'll go into Quag, and I get to fire off a Water Spout. Is the game plan. She goes into her own Touge. I'm going to actually calc that to find out if that's Scarf damage or not. Touge Damaru, P-Wish Passer versus Choice Scarf. That is bulky damage. Scarf takes 13 minimum. Bulky, what's 230 speed? That's faster than my guy. It's a shame. Do I go into Reggie and just body press? Well, like if I go into a Reggie, then that's a U-turn into Hatcham for her. So I don't match up that well into Touge tomorrow. I'm really glad it's not Barbs, actually. Yeah, she's just gonna like U-turn into the Hatcham here. No, he's not. I'm gonna Rock Blast, get some chip on it. This doesn't beat Hatcham. Like I know that, but I don't lose anything here because, as you can see, I just heal that U-turn damage off with leftovers, so that doesn't do much at all. But okay, she goes Gigalit here on my Scyther. I just get to U-turn for free here and get my own Hatcham in, which, yeah, she just goes for a fairly similar line there. Her Sneasel gets in for free here, which is the big issue we have here. I don't like letting her Sneasel in for free. I'm actually going to double into Regirock. Getting any chip on the Sneasel is great. I would be expecting her Hatcham to come in or her Gigalit, so I get to get this in without any damage on it, which is huge for me. Hatcham Pew defensive, that's the set I want. Specs Water Spout is not killing from here. Specs Shadow Ball is it? Well, Specs Shadow Ball is definitely killing. How much am I doing this Touch? There's no way she stays in here, is there? No. I'm just Water Spouting. She doesn't have an answer to this. As you can see by that Water Spout damage. So I don't want to Water Spout again. Well, a bit of a weird position. If this is Zing Zap, which apparently they don't run, but I don't know, maybe it is. That's also physically defensive for some reason. Impish. So like, fuck knows what she's trying to check with it. It's got some Spadef, I don't know what that set is. Anyway, it's not max Spadef. So it's a weird set, which means it might be running Zing Zap. I'm very tempted to Regirock here and get my rocks up, which is what I'm going to do. Oh, never mind, she made the spiky shield play, which is really good for me. I am just going to body press again. I know I could Rock Blast into a potential Hatcham, but Don't think it's worth it. She doubled out of this the last time. I don't think she's going to do that again, so I'm going to get the side turn. Just click U-turn. So Google it. The reason I don't want to go into my Jellicent here is because it lowers the value of my water spouts. Hatcham into Toad, which again isn't Spadef, it's like max HP, careful or something like that. I can just go into this and click Psychic fairly freely. She protects here, I'm sure. How much did Rock Blast do before? So our max damage of Rock Blast is 6, 12, 24, 30. So I need to always keep this above 36. Because that's a Rock Blast plus Sand. So that's something I'm starting to become aware of. Okay, she does go Hard Sneasel, which is fine. Well, I have this Silvally fighting, so this isn't actually an issue. This is the exact reason why I have a Silvally fighting on this team. I don't think it's a very good Pokemon, but it was necessary. I want a Pardon Shot, but then if she goes Hatcham, I'm kind of screwed. Kind of want a Toxic. Again, I don't want Hatcham. Like, I'd like to think she doesn't risk damage on the Hatcham. Okay, she does. That does 15%. Wow. Anyway, she's forced into a position where she has to rest. So I can get my Scyther in for free. SD up. And start doing damage. I think that's a really weird aromatherapy. Anyway, this is going into Quag, so I get to U-turn and kill something with Water Spout again. Yeah. So the Toad is dead, which is great. No wish support for her now. I'm going to Reggie here. Triple Axles, which is kind of why I wanted to Reggie there. Going to Toad here because it allows me to wish something up. So now I can get my Hatcham up to full here, I can get my Reggie up to full here, I can get my Scyther, my Slow Fighting, any of them all the way up. Reggie is probably the choice. Because Hatcham has its own recovery. Well, there's no way she ever rocks here. She might go into her own Hatcham. Oh, she rocked. So obviously that's very good for me. I'm very glad I didn't body press there as well. This is the issue with Hatcham. It doesn't really check this stuff super well, like it kind of does. Especially when the sand is gone. But like if she's getting 5 hits. Oh, it's not boots. That's interesting. Also, that Rock Blast did way more than it did last time. What the hell? 667. Now it's doing 7.6, like all above 7.5. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get my Still Fighting in. having the rocks up is really big because it makes Hatcham not much of an issue. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes some kind of double into the Gigolite. Yeah, which is fine. I don't love going into Sylvalia here. This needs to be a rest. Actually, I can just Psychic fairly freely here, because I'm not going to die. Why are none of these boots? Is what I want to know. Oh, because she has a Hatcham, she just assumed she'd never need to do that. Fair enough, I guess. And now I get to kill something with Jellicent again. Which is very good. And she forfeits. Cool! Good 2-0 win. First game was quite fortunate. The second game, I was quite happy with how I played that for the most part. Yeah, that's the kind of goal of this team. These 5 are essentially Stormons. The Scyther is Eviolite max HP, and these are all defensive Pokemon, and you just use them to get in the Jellicent to break teams, like we did here. We broke the Toad with it, we got it in on the Quag, and we probably would have been able to get it in on the Gigolite later in the game now that we've broken the 2 defensive ones and we don't need the Water Spite. The reason why I said I'm not super confident on it is because Sylvalia fighting is just not very good. As we saw this game, it's meant to check Darks, but I still had to dance around the Sneasel because the ice coverage just means I can't check it that well. Anyway, those have been the PU Swiss Round 4 games. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.